Howdy, motherfuckers. This is MisterSouji here, and I got another review for y'all. So, yeah, this time I'm doing the Zeta Plus from Sentinel Gundam. This is actually supposed to be, I haven't decaled them up, I've done barely any panel lining, but this is supposed to be Amuro's, well, supposedly Amuro's suit from Sentinel Gundam. It's an alternate version of the Zeta Gundam. Has laser cannons on its feet, or on its side skirts, and less skirt armor and stuff like that. But yeah, I picked this up instead of the regular Zeta because it was cheaper and it was one of Amuro's suits, and you know how badass Amuro is. So posability, it's okay. It's an older kit. Let me take this away. Its legs do not go out very far, especially considering these side skirts. You can do the decent bend forward. The back skirts get in the way. You can only go like this. You get a pretty good bend at the knee, but the wings and the back will get in the way. And when you're moving it around, this is part of the transformation. See if you can zoom in on that. But the latch in between his legs keeps coming loose. I'm not sure if that's just mine or all of them, but it does get annoying after a while. But he's not a toy, you're not playing with him. Arm movement is exactly what you'd expect. Because it is an older kit, he doesn't really want to hold his gun in his hands very well. Decent bend at the arm. Single ball joint in the head. Wings are pretty posable, actually a little bit too posable because of the transformation. But in the gun, let's go over accessories. The gun's kind of plain, has a really horrible seam line in the middle. Some super glue will fix that. I know I got a big bad nub mark on the top there, but whatever. The ammo pack is removable, which is always a nice touch if I can get the bloody thing out. Yeah, it's out. Little ammo pack. I don't think he comes with any extra ones. Gun handle goes forward. His shield doesn't really shield much of anything. Some nice panel lining opportunities, and it's got a weird little mount mechanism on it. So once it's in there, it's in there. But it's a pain in the butt to get in and out. But once it's in there, it's good. And then it's got a weird little sliding mechanism on the back of it. And then his arm comes off. Got some nice panel line opportunities on his leg that you can see. Good job in panel line. And it has some inner detail on the legs too, which is not unusual for an older master grade, but still nice. Yeah, due to the fact, oh man, his beam sabers. Beam saber, it's an interesting design, has a little bend at the handle, and they actually, this little bit on his side skirt folds up right here, and you put his beam saber in there. And these beam launchers or beam cannons at the side are posable. So yeah, so I'm going to take him off screen, do the transformation, because he is a transforming Gundam, and I will be right back. You fucking piece of shit! And here we have the transformed Wave Rider mode. Let me pick this guy up. It's pretty sturdy. There's a few clips I did not plug in. Oh, well, usually it helps if his wings are out. Yeah, shut up. Anyways, there's a few clips I did not plug in, and he's still pretty sturdy. He does give off much more of a plain look than the regular double Zeta, or Zeta. Yeah, double Zeta looks like a brick with fucking a neon colored brick someone through space. Anyways, you do get No Gundam face on the bottom. It has that whole, something like Katoki does, is he generally tries to cover up the face, kind of like the Verka wing. And it actually looks very much like a plane from the bottom. You do have the whole legs coming out the bottom, but they do make them look sort of nice. Somehow, even though I've transformed this a million times, this is a pretty simple transformation. Not that I had any issues doing it, but the back skirt somehow broke. I'll just have to glue that back on. It's actually sticking because of the extra pegs they have in there to lock everything into place. But yeah, also you have, and I don't have them with me because I don't give a crap, but there are little panels you can pull off the bottom and put landing gear if you want to keep it in that mode. You can also transform the gun by pulling up the handle and plugging that out, and it'll just sit right back here. And then people are like, oh well, that's obviously not a mobile suit. That looks dumb. Anyways, so yeah, I mean, overall pretty good transformation. Probably the best transforming mobile suit I own. Not too complicated, but gets the job done and doesn't hinder it. Let me transform him back and we'll do a size comparison. Kamen Rider Kabuto. And we're back, even though I broke the back skirt. But yeah, we're back, and I'm gonna do a little size comparison and see how we go. First, I'm gonna compare him not only to another Universal Century suit, but another Katoki suit. You know how Katoki designed this one, but the Gundam version Katoki, and here he is. And I always am going to compare every suit to the original RX-78. Standing side by side, you can see he's, you know, accurately, he's taller than the RX-78 by a little bit. Namely because he's a little bit later in the Universal Century time. He's not the biggest suit, but yeah, you know, not long before, after this guy came New Gundam and stuff. So yeah, and I know he's in a horrible pose, but go fuck yourself. Anyways, size comparison to a Tina Pop. No, I ain't get no Tina Pop. And let's see. Size comparison to. Well, fuck it. I'm not size comparing it to anything else, because I can't find anything else. I found something else. Oh, fudge. This is a little custom thing I made a while ago, and I'm going to redo it or do a review to high grade 1/100th Freedom. Even though Freedom's a little bit farther back, you can pretty much tell that. And yeah, I know Freedom needs panel lining and dusting or whatever. And yeah, he's shorter. Accurately, most Universal Century, you know, most non-Universal Century suits, alternate universe suits, are usually smaller. So yeah, this is pretty accurate. Back to the main focus. He's a pretty good suit, easy to transform. I know I sort of complained, you know, I know I broke it, but as long as you read the instructions, if you haven't transformed them in a while, look up the instructions on Daylong or something. It'll save you some time and some back skirt. Y'all know how I like back skirt. But yeah. Thanks, dumbass.